Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have the power to materialize their desires as if they possessed a magic wand? What you are about to discover is knowledge as old as time itself, so powerful that it has been jealously guarded by the greatest mystics and spiritual teachers in history. This is not just any secret. It is a technique so effective that it was deliberately hidden to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. The ancient mystics understood something that modern science is only beginning to understand. Reality is not fixed or immutable, but responds to the energy of our consciousness. For millennia, this truth was passed down secretly from master to disciple, protected by sacred oaths and encoded in enigmatic texts. The few who managed to access this knowledge experienced transformations so profound that their lives changed irrevocably. This technique, known in the most exclusive circles as the key to the cosmos, transcends simple visualization or positive thinking practices. It is a method that combines ancient mystical principles with the power of quantum physics, allowing those who master it to manifest their desires with astonishing precision and speed. It is not magic or superstition. It is a spiritual science that has been tested and refined for generations. The most surprising thing is that this knowledge has been hidden in plain sight, encoded in symbols and metaphors that only the initiated could decipher. Today, for the first time, these secrets will be revealed in their purest and most accessible form. But be careful. Once you begin this journey, your perception of reality will change forever. At the heart of this ancient technique lies a fundamental principle, the quantum vacuum, a field of infinite possibilities, where everything we can imagine already exists in potential form. The mystics called it the womb of the universe, the space where all creation is born and dissolves. This field is not somewhere far away. It is right here, interpenetrating every atom of your being, waiting for your instructions. Modern science has confirmed what the ancient sages already knew. The universe is, at its most fundamental level, an ocean of conscious energy that responds to human intention. When you truly understand this principle, you realize that manifestation is not something you do, but something you are. Your consciousness is the most powerful instrument of creation that exists, capable of shaping reality itself. Mystics developed a unique way of interacting with this field of infinite possibilities. It wasn't simply about wishing or visualizing, it was a precise process of tuning into the subtlest frequencies of the universe. They learned that every thought, every emotion, every intention creates waves in this quantum field, generating effects that propagate through all dimensions of reality. This knowledge was considered so sacred and powerful that it was only passed on to those who demonstrated their preparedness to use it wisely and responsibly. Now, you are about to receive the keys to access this transformative power. The question is, are you ready to take on the responsibility that comes with it? The forbidden technique that mystics use to manifest. Jacobo Grinberg. Discover ancient knowledge that has been jealously guarded for centuries by the most powerful mystical orders. This manifestation technique, passed down secretly from master to disciple, will revolutionize your understanding of the power of conscious creation. It is no coincidence that you are here. The universe has guided you to this knowledge because you are ready to awaken your true potential as the creator of your reality. The first step in mastering this technique is what the ancients called the awakening ritual. This is not a ritual in the traditional sense, with candles and incantations, but a deep process of reprogramming your energy field. Start at the most powerful time of the day, the first minutes after waking up, when your mind is most receptive to new impressions. During this state of heightened consciousness, mystics performed a specific practice, void breathing. This technique consists of inhaling deeply, visualizing how your body is filled with golden light, and exhaling completely, releasing all limitations and restrictive beliefs. With each breath, you tune more deeply into the field of infinite possibilities. If you are ready to receive this ancient wisdom, comment, "I am ready," and subscribe to activate your manifesting power. Join the thousands who have already discovered the secret of conscious manifestation. The key is to maintain this state of receptivity while introducing your intentions into the quantum field. Mystics discovered that words have power, but emotional vibrations are even more powerful. Therefore, as you perform void breathing, you should feel the emotions associated with your desires as if they had already manifested. This ritual must be performed with absolute presence and conviction. It is not enough to do it mechanically. Every breath should be imbued with the certainty that you are activating the most powerful forces in the universe. The mystics insisted that consistency in this practice was essential to awaken the manifesting power dormant within us. The ancient alchemists not only sought to transform lead into gold, they worked on a much deeper transmutation, that of thoughts into material reality. They discovered that pure intention, when combined with the right emotion and held with unwavering faith, has the power to reorganize the matrix of reality. The technique they developed involves what they called the triple key: thought, emotion, and action aligned in perfect harmony. Every thought must be clear and specific, every emotion must be authentic and powerful, and every action must be aligned with the desired outcome. This alignment creates a field of resonance so powerful that the universe has no choice but to respond. The secret that few know is that the manifestation occurs at the exact point where these three elements meet. The mystics called it the point of power, the sacred instant where thought crystallizes into reality. To reach this point, we must maintain our intention with the same intensity with which a laser maintains its coherence. The practice requires unwavering discipline. Every time a thought of doubt or fear tries to enter your mental field, it must be immediately transmuted into faith and certainty. The mystics taught that this constant vigilance was the price to pay for the power to manifest our deepest desires. One of the most crucial aspects of this ancient technique is what mystics called the code of silence. They discovered that speaking prematurely about our desires and projects can disperse the energy necessary for their manifestation. Silence not only protects our intentions from the negative energies of others, but also concentrates manifesting power. When we remain silent about our most sacred goals, we create an energetic protective field around them. It is like a seed that needs darkness and stillness to germinate. Mystics taught that every word spoken about our desires before their manifestation is energy that could have been used for their materialization. This principle goes beyond the simple act of not speaking. It involves cultivating a space of inner silence where our intentions can grow without interference. In this sacred space, we maintain direct communion with the universal forces that govern manifestation. It is a silent dialogue between our consciousness and the infinite field of possibilities. The code of silence also includes the practice of what mystics called the word fast, specific periods where we minimize all unnecessary communication to conserve and direct our vital energy towards our most important goals. This discipline strengthens our connection with the manifesting power of the universe. The mystics understood that time is not linear as we commonly perceive it, but rather a multi-dimensional matrix where past, present, and future exist simultaneously. This understanding allowed them to develop techniques to bend time and accelerate the manifestation of their desires. The key is learning to consciously navigate this temporal matrix. The technique includes what they called the quantum leap, the ability to project our consciousness towards the desired future and anchor it in the present. It is not a simple visualization, but a true transfer of consciousness that creates an energetic bridge between now and the moment of manifestation. This bridge acts as an accelerator of the manifesting process. To perform the quantum leap, mystics used a specific practice. Sit in complete stillness, close your eyes, and allow consciousness to expand beyond the limitations of linear time. In this expanded state, we can remember the future as if it had already happened, creating a holographic memory that the universe recognizes as an instruction to manifest. This conscious manipulation of the temporal matrix requires a specific mental state that mystics called timeless consciousness. In this state, the barriers between past, present, and future dissolve, allowing us to access the point where all manifestation is possible and instantaneous. Mystics discovered that abundance is not simply a material state, but a specific vibrational frequency that we can consciously tune into. This frequency, which they called the golden wave, is the channel through which all manifestations of prosperity and abundance in the universe flow. To tune into the golden wave, they developed a unique practice, the golden breath. This technique consists of visualizing each breath as a flow of golden light that not only fills our body, but also expands our energy field to include everything we wish to manifest. With each breath, we align more deeply with the frequency of universal abundance. The key is to maintain this attunement even when external circumstances seem to contradict our desires for prosperity. The mystics taught that the true test of our mastery of this technique is the ability to maintain the frequency of abundance regardless of temporal appearances. This work with the frequencies requires a complete reprogramming of our mental and emotional patterns related to abundance. We must unlearn the limitations that have been imposed on us and replace them with the absolute certainty that prosperity is our natural state in the universe. There is a specific state of consciousness that mystics called the portal of miracles, a direct access point to the field of all possibilities. This portal opens when we reach a state of complete surrender and acceptance, combined with an unwavering faith in the invisible. It is the point where the impossible becomes not only possible, but inevitable. To access this portal, mystics used a technique called the key of anticipated gratitude. This practice consists of generating an emotional state of deep gratitude for something that has not yet manifested on the physical plane, but that we recognize as already realized on the spiritual plane. This anticipated gratitude acts as a magnet that attracts physical manifestation. The portal of miracles operates under its own laws, which transcend the limitations of the three-dimensional world. In this state, time is compressed, synchronicities multiply, and manifestations occur with a speed that defies common logic. Mystics describe this phenomenon as divine acceleration. The key to keeping this portal open is to cultivate what they called the one vision, the ability to see only the desired outcome, regardless of current circumstances. This vision must be maintained with such intensity that any contrary evidence simply dissolves before its power. Mystics used a specific process to seal their manifestations, ensuring that nothing could interfere with their materialization. This energetic seal, which they called the mark of destiny, acts as a sacred protection around our most important intentions. The sealing process involves an inner ceremony where we declare our wish as already fulfilled before the universe, using what mystics called the words of power, specific affirmations that resonate with the highest frequencies of creation. These words must be spoken with complete conviction, knowing that each syllable is charged with the power of manifestation. Once the seal has been applied, we must practice what the ancients called the art of divine detachment, the ability to completely let go of our desire, trusting that the universal forces are working to manifest it in the best way possible. This detachment does not mean abandoning our desire, but freeing it from the limitations of our expectations. The manifestation seal also includes an element of protection against negative energies and doubts, both your own and those of others. The mystics taught that once sealed, an intention is protected by the highest laws of the universe, and nothing can prevent its manifestation. The greatest power of manifestation lies in what mystics called the 0 point, the present moment in all its purity and potency. This point is the only real gateway to the power of creation, and learning to consciously inhabit it is essential to mastering the art of manifestation. The technique includes what they called total presence, a state of consciousness where our attention is completely focused on the present moment, without dispersions to the past or the future. In this state of absolute presence, our power of manifestation multiplies exponentially because we are aligned with the only point where creation is possible. Mystics taught that each present moment is a portal to infinite possibilities, but we can only access these possibilities when we are truly present. The practice consists of keeping our consciousness anchored in the now, observing how each thought and each emotion arises and dissolves in the infinite space of pure consciousness. To master the alchemy of the present, we must cultivate what mystics called the gaze of the Creator, the ability to see each moment as a fresh opportunity to manifest our deepest desires. This look transforms the present from a simple point in time to an infinite field of creative possibilities. The commitment to our manifestation process must be absolute and sacred. Mystics taught that every intention we set creates an energetic link with the universe, and the strength of this link determines the speed and power of our manifestation. This is not a superficial commitment, but a deep dedication that must be renewed every day. The technique includes what they called the ritual of renewal, a daily process where we reaffirm our commitment to our most important manifestations. This ritual should preferably be performed at dawn, when the energies of the universe are at their most receptive. During this time, we renew our intentions with the same intensity as the first day. The ancients knew that true commitment transcends the fluctuations of external circumstances. That's why they developed what they called the shield of determination, a practice that allows us to maintain our unwavering commitment even when we face challenges or doubts. This shield is strengthened each time we choose to maintain our faith despite appearances to the contrary. The power of sacred commitment is multiplied when we align all our actions with our highest intentions. Every decision, every word, every thought must reflect our commitment to the manifestation we wish to create. The mystics taught that this total alignment is the key to accelerating the manifestation process. We reach the final chapter of this sacred knowledge, where the master key is revealed that unites all the previous techniques in a powerful synthesis. This key is not a physical object, but a state of consciousness that mystics called the divine fusion, the point where we become one with our creative power. The master key operates under the principle that we already are everything we wish to be. We just need to wake up to this reality. Mystics taught that the most powerful manifestation occurs when we stop looking outside ourselves and recognize that the power has always been within us. This recognition is not mental, but a deep realization that transforms our entire existence. To activate the master key, we must practice what the ancients called the art of total presence, a state where our consciousness is so completely present that it merges with the creative power of the universe. In this state, there is no separation between the manifester and the manifested. We are one with the creative process itself. The final message of the mystics is clear. The power of manifestation is not something we must acquire, but something we must remember. It is encoded in our spiritual DNA, waiting to be awakened by those who are willing to do the necessary inner work. The forbidden technique you have learned is not just a tool. It is a path back to your true nature as a conscious creator of your reality. The ancient mystics kept an additional secret that they only revealed to their most advanced disciples, the principle of the universal mirror. According to this teaching, the universe acts as a perfect mirror of our consciousness, reflecting with absolute precision our deepest internal states. This is not a simple metaphorical concept, but a fundamental law of creation. When we truly understand the principle of the universal mirror, we begin to see every circumstance in our lives as a direct reflection of our deepest beliefs, expectations, and emotional states. The mystics taught that to change our external reality, we must first transform the reflection we project towards the universe. The technique includes what they called the mirror dance, a process where we learn to consciously modify our internal projection to create specific changes in our external reality. This work requires absolute honesty with ourselves and a willingness to confront and transform even our most deeply ingrained patterns. To master the universal mirror, we must practice what the ancients called the clear gaze, the ability to see our current reality without judgment or resistance, recognizing that every aspect of our life is simply a reflection that we can choose to transform. This clarity of vision allows us to work with the mirror consciously and effectively. The ultimate secret of the mystics reveals that manifestation is, in its purest essence, a cosmic symphony where every thought, emotion, and action contributes to the melody of our creation. This understanding leads us to what they called divine orchestration, the art of harmonizing all aspects of our being to create a perfect manifestation. In this symphony, each element of our consciousness plays a crucial role. Thoughts are like notes, emotions are like intensity, and our actions are like the rhythm that gives life to the melody. Mystics taught that when these elements align in perfect harmony, we create a resonance so powerful that the entire universe responds to our personal symphony. The key is to maintain what they called total coherence, a state where every aspect of our being vibrates in perfect harmony with our highest intentions. This coherence is achieved through a constant practice of inner alignment, where every thought, word, and action becomes a perfect note in our symphony of creation. The final message of the mystics is that each of us is a master composer in the great concert of the universe. Our task is not just to create isolated manifestations, but to compose a life that is a masterpiece of conscious creation. When we master this symphony, we become true artists of reality, capable of creating harmony and beauty in every aspect of our existence.